What is up, everybody? Happy Monday to you. Coffee cheers. Got the kids off to school this morning, first day. They were excited. No pushback, no nothing. I was excited that they were excited. Did my prayers. Hopefully, they'll have a good half a day. They'll be out of school soon. I'm excited to just kind of see what their first half a day was like. Um, the bus came like 20 minutes earlier this year. And when they said they were coming 20 minutes earlier this year, they meant it. We had to catch them at the next stop. But, anyways, it sucks to be a puppet. It sucks to be a puppet in this system of things. And what do I mean by a puppet, right? You know, when you think about a puppet, right? They're dummies or a dummy, right? You ever see ventriloquist, right? The doll appears to be talking. That's the illusion of people who are ventriloquists. Their soul, their character is being superimposed, through this doll, right? And so, these individuals can modify their voices and all kinds of things to make the doll seem like it has its own personality, its own character, all of that stuff, right? And, you're looking at the doll, and, it's obvious to the audience that this isn't real, right? But, for the sake of the charade, right? The ventriloquist gets props for just the exchange that he's able to have with himself vicariously through this doll. And that was kind of a rant about ventriloquists. But when I look at Kamala Harris is that dummy. She is that doll, right? And the establishment, they are the ventriloquists, basically speaking through her, right? And I think that a lot of people, which is reasonable, are expecting for her to have this conviction, this self-conviction, and to be passionate about issues and articulate her passion for issues, much like you see a lot of these YouTubers and bloggers who actually care about the issues, voicing their opinions. They're expecting for her to be able to articulate in that manner. And she can't. She can't. When you are playing the puppet role, you are not running on your own thoughts and convictions. You're running on whatever your puppet master dictates for you to be running on. And that's really what we see at Kamala Harris. And, it's like I can't even see her being super power hungry, because really she is just a face for the presidency, right? And I think the reason why Donald Trump is possibly a threat to the establishment is he's not as controllable as a Kamala Harris. And so as I kind of look at it, and if we're looking at the broader conversations, and if people are saying there's this swamp, there's this establishment of people, right? I gotta believe that the establishment is going to want the best of the worst tokens or puppets. And that's why I still feel like Trump may not win, because there's a lot of things that they're trying to do systemically, control wise. And, either Trump is going to double talk on those things and he's still going to get them done, and people are going to be pissed. They're going to be shocked, right? Or he's going to fight against those systemic things that some of these people want to put in place to control people. So it is going to be interesting to see, whichever candidate is selected, how they're really going to play out in the office. But Kamala Harris is going to be much like Joe Biden. And if you think about it, I mean, they've done a great job at really hiding Joe Biden. This has been the most embarrassing president that I have ever seen. And I think the Democratic media has really just completely shot their credibility by continuously trying to frame that Joe Biden is doing X, Y, and Z. He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job for the establishment people, the elites. They need to say things like that because he wasn't doing a great job, and he hasn't been doing a great job for the American people. We've been short squeezed by the elites vicariously through Joe Biden's policies. So, and Kamala Harris was in the shadows, right? According to her conversation with Jermaine Dupri, she couldn't really do her job, right? Because she's a puppet. She's a puppet, you guys. And that's what we're dealing with in U.S. policy, nepotism and puppetry, So let me know, excuse me, what you guys think, And, also, I've had correction. This brother that I follow, he had to give me some correction because he's like, I understand what you're trying to do. He said, but at the end of the day, no war is your fight, even if the war impacts you. And I had to think about that. And honestly, the conversation was in context of these conversations about Blackness and race and tribalism and identity in America. And at the end of the day, I think it is important for Black Americans to understand their cultural roots from the ideological standpoint of practices and customs, because that will lead them to who were their people following, what God that their people follow, right? And for most Black Americans, ancestrally, it wasn't some voodoo African gods. It was the God of Abraham. And so with that being said, my arguments, with a lot of these things, I don't want to advertise. My arguments with a lot of these things is that, I'm impacted by extreme rhetoric about Black people, Black women in America. It irks me. It irritates me. And he was like, that's what the demons want to do. He said, that's what the demons want to do. Like, they know that those types of things, those evil, wicked conversations are irritating. And so the demons are going to keep showing you things to irritate you, to get into your emotions. And he's going to send all kinds of irrational people to do that. And, I have to think about that too, because it's like, I am an individual, like I said, I align with people who follow the God of Abraham and work really hard to be really good people, who are not, dipping in a cup of the demons and at the table of God. I don't want to deal with people like that. I like people who are fully aligned with the God of Abraham. And so that's that's my tribe. It is a faith tribe, a belief tribe. It's not a race tribe, right? And so even though I am a foundational Black American, a lot of times I speak as if, I am talking outside of the group because I don't want to really cleave on to any herd mentality. And I think if people really dug into African Americans, they really or Black Americans, Black looking Americans, there are so many different tribes of thoughts. And even in the foundational space, there are different trains of thoughts. I mean, you even have people like the Hebrew Israelites, and I've been accused of being a Hebrew Israelite. And even though I can resonate with a lot of what some of those brothers and sisters are saying, I don't like the projections of the faith that many of them push out. It comes from a very Black supremacist mindset for me. So I don't have any connection with Hebrew Israelites, even though I do respect how they research the Bible and their understanding, of their ancestry. And again, when you really dig down deep into the ancestry that the Hebrew Israelites believe that they have, that Black Americans have, it's like, fine, let's just say that we are the descendants of the ancient Israelites. And I truly do believe that. Our ancestors betrayed our God. They cursed us. They really cursed us. A lot of us who are awakening up to, God's spirit and his calling right now, um, you know, we do it, with great repentance. We don't do it with a sense of entitlement because we're Black and we were original Jews. I mean, if you really go back, or original Hebrews, if you really go back and you kind of look at the story of the Hebrews, and if you want to own that Black people are the original Hebrews, right, then you have to sort of concede that it wasn't these white-looking Khazarian Jews that coordinated to execute Jesus. It was actually Black-looking people, if we just want to just cleave on to these ideas that every Black-looking person or Black people in America are the original ancient Israelites, right? We have to own that's not a badge of honor. No person who even wants to claim to be the descendants of ancient Israelites should be wearing that as a badge of honor, because it's not. And if you really understood the Bible, you'd know that. But anyways, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day and week. We're back to the old routine. And yeah, here we go. Have a wonderful day. Bye.